What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Alex and Jake here for the fourth and final round of our Modern FNM. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on content just like this. If you're watching live, yell to Real MVPs. Head on over to YouTube where you can see probably about 300 gameplay videos over the last couple years. There's a wealth of videos. And, of course, hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering, TCG, and other tabletop gaming needs. Yeah, Reese is on camera going 3-0, trying to go for the 4-0, the prestigious 4-0 here at Impact. Gonna win. Whoever wins this one's going to win a ton of store credit and Twitter clout. But we got Chris on Dimir Frog against Reese on Mono Blue Belcher. This is kind of more of a mainstream matchup.
Yes.
Than
now
Dice
I have heard that this is fairly favored in the Dimir side, which kind of makes sense. Dimir has hand interaction, counter spells. You know, Murktide is a pretty efficient clock that wins the game in about 2 turns.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris has got one of the mainstays, Force Negation, in his hand. So I've heard that this matchup is generally pretty favored on the Dimir side. How true is that? I don't really know.
We're about to find out. We're going to learn today.
We'll see.
But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. If you're watching on Twitch, we've had consistently 50 viewers all night. So just huge shout out to the Twitch community.
And thank you all for being awesome.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Chris got a turn 2 frog, one of the best plays in the deck. We'll see if Reese has an effective answer for it. Reese has the Jawari disruption, a couple bounce spells, one of the elemental guys that like doubles spell triggers or something. I'm not really sure what it is, but
Thunder Trap. What's up, Blessed? RNG. You are awesome.
Reese sees some shoals. I think the card that's just played for a flip land and something that's in the foil and dark and I can't see it. Taking a peek, trying to decide what he wants. Confounding Riddle for
Oh, heck
Reese.
yeah. I've cast this card before.
That's like Supreme Will, right? It's just like a counter spell and a dig at the top
Yeah,
cards
look
of
at
your
the
deck.
top 4. You get to pick one.
Yeah.
They go in your graveyard.
That's huge.
Yeah, I like it. I played it in Dimir Control in Pioneer, the best format. Come at me in the comments.
Crashing with the frog. Do we block with the Thunder Trap? Nope. Take 1. Nope, wrong side, Chris.
Okay.
Yep. Draw. Reese says, I'm down. Shielder's Edict for Chris. That's a pretty sick card to play. I love Shielder's Edict.
Yeah, I like that. Psychic Frog's so sweet.
Yep.
What a card. Top-down design, too. Being able to jump it and give it flying, it's like, of course a frog would be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Reese versus Creasy. Yeah.
Funny.
Humor, I have it. All right.
Ordains, finishes it up. Passes the turn to Reese. Does Chris have a counter spell in hand?
If you're watching, well, whether you're watching on
Force.
Twitch or YouTube, let me know in the comments section what is some decks you want to see for a future video. We'll try and get them on.
We want to see Death and Taxes.
No one wants to see that except for you.
I had my little following for a while before the Catch a Mouse came out and D&T became just unplayable.
I would like you to sack a non-token creature, says Chris.
How many times on Arena have you casted that spell and chosen the wrong mode?
Never.
Never.
No.
I can probably think of 2 or 3 where I made that mistake.
Hey, yo, it's Reese. Woo. That's right.
D&T is cool, and cool people play it.
Actually.
playing
actually.
EE in the main. Interesting.
Neoform is the best. Look, I love Neoform. I played it not in a tournament, but just I like goldfished it and played just like, casual games. It's a fun deck.
Chris with land number 4 passes the turn.
Ooh, instep. Let's go.
Drum roll. It will be a.
Sounds like a cat. Yeah, like purring. Play Orzhov in every format?
I respect the consistency. I play whatever I want to that night. I play a 3 mana. We're going to whir for 0. Chris says, okay, I don't want to counterspell that. I will counterspell the thing that you play off of it.
Hi, Link? Who's Link? I don't know. Here to support my man.
I'm glad that our viewers know each other and that they're spreading the word of how amazing this channel is. Y'all are the best.
Shout out to y'all.
Chris says, yep, it's you can do what you want.
Niv Magus? Yeah. So actually, James is here tonight. He didn't get picked for round 1. And I'm not sure how he's doing tonight. But obviously, this is the only...
I don't know if he showed up in time.
Only 3-0s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was here. But only 3-0s we have. We have a light turnout tonight. Only 14 players because a lot of our regulars are either at the RC... Or not RC, but there's a NRG...
NRG and SCG.
SCG, like right in the Midwest, so... Yeah.
There's Tameshi.
There's Tameshi. Not for long, though. Boom. Tough acting to Nacton. Just hard casting it.
Kind of no reason not to.
Yeah. I mean,
Reese is down low. He's at 8.
yeah, try and finish him off quick here. Are both those Lotus Blooms on the battlefield?
Yep. Reese has a bunch of mana to work with. So, flow 3.
Confounding Riddle.
Yep.
Counter unless you play 4.
I think Reese also has a Flare of Denial in hand. So, if Reese wants to force back, he'll have to fight against this Flare. But that also means... But
then you don't have...
But then he doesn't have... But then all Reese has is Tameshi out.
Ugh.
Force, pitching, counterspell.
That's brutal.
You cannot force Tameshi. Tameshi is a creature.
That is true. I love that art of Tameshi, too. This deck's sweet. If I ever had time to play Moto, I would get this and play it.
Both of these deck lists are pretty popular.
Yeah. So that's the thing with why we don't post deck lists. A, we're not going to ask our modern FNM players. That's like way too invasive. And also, a lot of the decks that you see online can pretty much be found online. Like, bro, you're already using the internet. Just go Google it. Look on Goldfish or MTG Top 8.
So,
got the spotlight tomorrow. What is the best card for blue-white to crush Belcher with?
Dovin's Veto.
I like it.
A lot of times, Belcher's going to have more cards in hand than you because they're not doing anything until they go off. And if you can play Veto, because all they have is counterspells, they don't have like return. I mean, like I guess they could sink.
Sink it? Yeah.
They could sink it, but that's a lot of mana to cast on a like counter war. So I think Dovin's Veto is really good. I think that card's a little underappreciated in the format right now.
I'd play it if I wasn't already playing it. Vito's great, yeah.
Big ups for Chris here. Wasn't able to do anything with Tameshi. Or big ups for Chris. Yeah, Reese wasn't able to do anything with the Tameshi, so kind of still playing the game. Chris's hand is not great though.
Gonna shout you out after they win. What if they did like post game interviews for Magic? Like,
I think they do.
no, I mean,
Swing of the
like,
frog. We're gonna jump the frog. I think I'd exile the land, Chris. There we go. It does matter for Murktide how big a Murktide can be.
yeah, for sure. That's a skit that I want to do that the team could help with.
What?
Is like post game interviews.
It'd be fun.
Like, and then you have the guy who went 0-4. I could buy a trophy. Why would I need a trophy? I could buy a trophy.
Yeah,
I don't need a
it's on
trophy.
Amazon.
I don't need a trophy. All right? Like, I could buy a trophy.
Don't shout me out. Shout out the channel. Make sure you tell everyone to subscribe to twitch.tv/Impact Gaming Center. Preordain. That's a very good draw for Chris. I think he saw land fatal push.
We recorded some Beyblade skits yesterday.
I have no idea how
I'm gonna
that
have
works.
you watch it just to see what you think. As a non-Beyblade player to see, because I obviously don't play Beyblade, but just want to see somebody else's reaction. I think it's pretty funny.
Shock that in. Down to 3. Chris is in an interesting spot because he has no way to. So, can you target Bowmaster with the Bowmaster trigger? Does it say other or any?
It would have to say it. There's no way you can do it. I would be shocked.
This creature enters whenever a opponent draws a card. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. So,
So he
yep.
can kill himself. That's
So we're gonna. Let's see if Chris sees the line. I want to see if he sees how cheesy this line is because if he does this and it pays off, it's wild. No.
I was trying to kill him.
Okay.
Oh baby.
Nothing has left the battlefield, Chris. Well, it's because Tameshi's a 3-drop.
So what?
Is Tameshi a 3-drop or a 2-drop?
I believe it's a 3-drop.
I don't think anything's left the battlefield this turn. Unless I'm wrong.
Oh, go ask him. Yep. Target a fatal push to We got a reader. Lotus Bloom is still going returning a land to my hand is part of the activation ability, and whenever you return something to your hand. Yes.
That is correct. It is before the colon, and being before the colon is huge.
Okay. Okay, so fatal push. Has anything gone to your hand? So I'm going to see how that works instead, or drop. So the thing that popped out of this turn. Oh, it doesn't have to be yours. Okay. Cool.
I think it has to be yours. I'm actually very certain of that. You'd have to look at the
You
rules.
controlled.
Yeah, I'm gonna go let them know that.
Yeah, do it. Do it. It says it right there on the card, though. So, like, what are we doing? Read the card, bros. Read the card. We're gonna go ahead and stop play here. Obviously, that was a bit of a goof. Revolt does have to be your card. I'm gonna put my cans back on so I listen to them. No, yeah. So Jake is asking. Yeah. When you read the card, it explains the card. Sometimes. Okay, so the pummeler's back on, or whatever the heck the electrostatic guy is. I think we're gonna watch Reese win this game right now. Is what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think Chris's cards lined up the correct way.
Yeah. I mean, this Belcher deck is just relentless.
I mean,
This is so sweet. Like this is the kind of magic I like right here. Keep your creatures. Let me do cool stuff with Lotus Blue.
Jeez.
That was a powerful sneeze,
Someone
brother.
almost sneezed their brain out. Yep.
X equals 4. Okie dokie. Says Chris.
Game 1 or 2? Okay.
Was that game 1 or 2? Asked Chris. Or Reese, rather. In the battle of Creasy versus Reese.
Yeah, you played the Orcus Bowmaster.
Reese going to take game 1. Alrighty.
Kick it to the booth.
Back to the booth. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We do appreciate it. Like I said, consistently having 50 viewers almost all night has been awesome. So make sure if you've been watching and you're enjoying the content, follow and consider subscribing because you do get some perks. You get to watch the VODs as soon as we go off the air. Of course, you get ad-free viewing, which is, I know, a pretty big thing. I hate ads, and one of the best reasons to subscribe. And then, of course, you get access to some pretty dope emotes that people never really use. You should use them. If you subscribe, use the emotes.
It's like a cool twirly IGC logo.
Yeah.
This thing with spins. I think Twitch ads are brutal.
They're so long. Like, why? We're on Twitch. We love Twitch. Twitch is great, right? But my gosh, Twitch ads are so long compared to like YouTube ads where you can just skip it within like
I have
4 seconds or whatever.
If you have ad blocker on your machine, you just don't even like. They don't exist to me. Do get a little pop up every so often. It's like disable your ad blocker, and then you'll just turn it on, and forgets it.
He did not. Yeah, we figured that one out.
Yep, and took care of it.
The revolted push.
Fatal Revolt is a mechanic that ties to the player. It even says in the card you controlled, not just anything left the battlefield. Not that I think pushing that hydroelectric pummeler or whatever it is was going to make a difference or not. Electrostatic.
Well, it would have. So
it wouldn't. I mean,
Tamishi wouldn't have been able to get pushed. So he should have, in theory, had 3 extra mana.
Yes, that matters more.
Reese wouldn't have needed to cast it,
which is why that Bowmaster's trigger that I was talking about, would have mattered because you can target your own Bowmaster with it.
Yeah,
that's the only way that you could have triggered Revolt. Not saying that would have mattered anyways because you could have still targeted you could have still redirected it anyways, so that didn't matter. But
and again, shout out to all of the folks that follow tonight. There's so many of you. I'm not gonna rattle them all.
I'm gonna do it. We got Pedro. We got the Brain in the Clouds. Princess Grace. Nerd Eye. We got Georgia Delio. Blessed RNG. Yep. Mad Adam 5. Crystal on Fire. Aku 81. Unexistent. Clipper 70. And the best in the world, Kevin, with the 3 months resubscribe.
Yeah. You can't target.
You can.
You cannot.
Well, it's got protection from.
Well, it depends which Emrakul.
That's true. You can target. Well, no, the Promised End has protection from instance. You can't target that with Reese
Okay.
anyways.
Well, the World Anew. What about that one?
That one I think is fair game.
Yeah, there you go. There's enough miracles. Reese is saying something, doing something weird. I don't know, but he's This is I think the third feature match, including last round, that he's ever had here at Impact. So
Fun things.
he was saying in between rounds, he's like, "Yeah, don't He didn't say don't put me on camera, but he's like, man, I gotta play tight because
Yeah.
on camera the pressure's on. The last time he was on camera was like a year ago, and he played Lantern Control, and I think he went to a draw. So he's never technically lost on camera yet.
I mean,
Ooh.
neither might have been.
Lantern control. Oftentimes, I think most of the times a good lantern control player is not the reason the game times out.
That's true. I agree with that. Same with normal control.
You're
Although some control players do take forever.
Yep.
So we were both just kind of sitting there, but he didn't have any creatures. He just kept smacking.
there's a very he doesn't live in St. Louis anymore, but the certain individual who liked playing ramp decks
Sit here.
at FNM. He who played things like dinosaurs back in Ixalan. This gentleman, while an amazing dude, he also played Storm at Moonbase for
Wait,
1Ks.
I played him in a modern PPTQ, and I was playing Azorius Control,
Look, man.
and I had Gideon of the Trials in play, had my emblem, and he's like, grape shot, all at you. And I
Yep.
stopped him because we're friends. And I said,
I was
you said you want to do every point of damage at me with that grape shot.
start.
He's like, yep.
I dropped back.
I'm like, okay, I'm at -6. My Gideon's still alive. And then I ended up winning the game.
No, I played him at a other PPTQ. He was on Marvel combo, and I was on Delirium.
Dude, he loved that deck.
And so he spins an Emer. So he spins it, hits Emrakul the Promised End. I'm on Delirium. I have Noxious Gearhulk, Ruinous Path, or had Noxious Gearhulk only card in hand, Ruinous Path with a draw for turn, and he sat there for 15 minutes thinking, and I was like, "Your Emrakul is dead no matter what. You get to choose how it dies."
And so 15 minutes is might sound like an over exaggeration, but knowing this person, I fully believe that it was actually 15 minutes. And he'd sit there with his head on the temple of his, or his hand on the temple of his head, and just think, and then flick his cards a little bit, then go back to that same position.
Yep. I miss the highlight of my Magic career was walking into the shop. That individual will be late to the game. You have Jeff and JR screaming in the back over something. And that was my start to Magic. And I wish every day I could go back in time and tell myself, you don't understand how precious this is.
Oh my gosh.
Enjoy every moment of
Yeah.
it. I think that's a true thing for most Magic players. When you first start out, you don't realize how fresh the game is. And at a certain point, it's going to click with you. You're going to get it. You're going to understand it. And you're going to learn to start kind of hating the game. I think
Magic players are the most jaded card gaming players ever, because I recently got into Pokemon, and that community is just lovely. The trading card game, the Pokemon trading card game community is awesome.
yeah, because you're playing Pokemon. Like everyone, it's hard to be mad when you're playing Pokemon.
I mean, you'd say that with Magic. You're sitting
I mean,
there playing
like
literally it
Yeah,
is a
but,
children's card game, bro.
When I look at okay, when I look at Savage Knuckleblade and look at Ampharos, they both make me happy. So I guess I can't be upset.
Thoughtseize
for Chris.
down to 16. Take your best card.
Actually, non-land. All right, so none of these are lands. So
Yeah.
okay.
Princess Grace are you, or Grace, are you Reese's wife or girlfriend
Significant
or
other?
significant other? I imagine so.
I mean, I'll fight you for Reese's #1 fan. I think I'm gonna say it. Actually, I'll take that back. I don't like Belcher. I am Reese's #1
Last
hater.
fan, #1 hater. Feel free not to answer. Also, I was just curious because I'll let him know that you were watching.
That's the
whenever this is
important
over.
Tormod's crypt.
Tormod's crypt.
It's fine. Like, it's going to stop a Murktide for a little while, but I don't think it's anything serious.
Yeah, the problem with bringing those kinds of cards in a deck like Reese's is it's cutting your.
Man, you say
consistent-
Reese's, and like I'm
The Reese's
I'm at
Pieces.
work right now.
Don't you love when people say Reese's
Dude,
Pieces?
it's Reese's.
Reese's Pieces. I like the little little. I don't know. They're like little bite-sized Reese's Pieces.
Yes, Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, Reese's
That's
Pieces.
what they are. I thought you were going to talk about the Hersheyettes.
No, Reese's Pieces.
Hersheyettes are a seasonal thing now. They used to be a full-time thing,
No,
but it's hard to compete with M&Ms full-time in the year, so they only make them seasonal.
you got Reese's, which are the cups,
That's Reese's Pieces.
and then Reese's Pieces.
Oh my gosh. You know, Reese's Pieces almost didn't exist. When
I love those things.
the E.T. movie came out,
Oh,
when E.T. was coming out, they made a proposition to Mars to have included M&Ms. Well, Mars said, we don't want our product included in a goofy movie like this. So
y'all done messed up, AA
they
Ron.
messed up huge, and Reese's Pieces exploded into popularity.
Like the cup, right? Or
No, Reese's Pieces, because
Oh.
they were a new item at the time. Well,
oh, okay.
and Reese's Pieces aren't made with peanut butter. It's actually like a praline. It's a different type.
Mm.
So like they say, like peanut filled candy or candy coated peanut
I'm
filled.
gonna get me some Reese's Pieces tonight. I think on the way home.
I'm okay on them. They're not my favorite.
Sometimes Reese's cups are just like too much for me.
I don't like.
I'm not a big like
I'm
candy
not a big-
guy.
Oh, neither am I. But I work for Hershey.
Ironic.
know.
No, but like, and like specifically chocolate, I like. I don't know. Milky Way Midnights are the best. I don't think that's.
I think they're one of the better dark chocolate. Like it's not
Is
true
that,
dark
is that,
chocolate.
Is that your company?
No, it's Mars.
No. Okay.
I could tell you every candy company from like you show it. I know it. It's wild.
What about Three Musketeers?
That's Mars.
Dang, they got all the good ones.
6 damage.
They have all the good popular like Halloween candies. Yeah. Baby Ruth,
What y'all got? That's like not
Hershey,
obviously Reese's.
Reese's,
Oh.
Hershey, Kit Kats.
Okay,
I
Kit Kats are
understand.
fire.
I'm Reese's girlfriend. Hershey, Paydays, Take
right on.
5, Almond Joy Mounds.
Oh, my mom loves
Um,
Mounds.
You have the mix, the original miniatures mix, which is original Hershey's, Crackle,
Crackle's good.
Mr.
I-
Goodbar, and then there's like the Hershey Special Dark in there. Then you have the sugar brands of Twizzlers, Jolly Ranchers. You
Ooh,
have,
Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers is the #1 sugar candy in the United States.
That's great.
You have
Nice.
we
I'll
make
let him know that you're
we make Shackalicious.
like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, they're Shack
Dude, I had the Shackaroni from a pizza place.
Yeah.
No free promos unless
Truthfully, Shaq is
it's
also
good.
Shaq
Really
is
good.
not a basketball player anymore. He's just a marketing guy.
Yeah, he is a capitalist. Go figure.
We're in a Jari disruption.
Oh,
What are we disrupting here? Oh, he's grabbing it. That's what he's
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, there's a lot of candy.
Hershey's are good. I mean, you can't go wrong with Hershey's. What about
Um,
Kisses? That's Hershey's. Yeah,
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 Hershey's
for sure. That's my favorite actually. Like favorite. So good.
Yeah.
I like put them on the roof of my mouth and just.
Well, Hershey has a very low melting point. That's why it's very enjoyable.
Are those actually like just a Hershey's bar, but in?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same chocolate.
So I guess Hershey's are my favorite kind of chocolate. I learned something today.
The so Butterfinger, Three Musketeer, 100 grand, and
Wish I had 100.
Baby Ruth used to be made by Nestle. Nestle sold all their candy business. It's now made by Ferrero. They're the same company. They're all both owned by
What does Nestle
Mondelez.
make?
Nestle does not make any candy anymore. They also had the Wonka brand, so like Nerds, Gobstopper, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They used to make those, but they no longer
What's
make.
Ferrero? I've never. That's like some outlaw.
So
mug show candy
Ferrero
company.
Rocher, like the same company. They make like
Outlaw mug
the
shows.
fancier chocolates. But those are owned by Mondelez, and Mondelez is like if you want to like go to like if you want to dig deep into like who owns what, Mondelez is like actually a scary company. They're massive.
It's like Pepsi.
Oh,
Okay,
PepsiCo's
really?
massive. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Nestle is terrifying. Nestle's got like 90 to like
They own
100.
like Tyson and stuff, or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. Actually,
Nestle still does. Yeah, Nestle makes ice cream, but they don't make candy.
yeah, big difference.
Candy making is very complex, and the cocoa market is in like uproar right now.
A hugeness. That's such a weird thing to say.
They're not an okay company.
Really? Okay.
They have gotten into a lot of problems with lawsuits. Uh,
Just like,
Mars makes dog food. Like Mars is also huge. Kellanova, which is like Kellogg's, got bought out by Mars.
geez. Eventually, there's gonna be like two companies
Yep.
for everything.
It's going to be Google and Disney. Hershey,
And well, doesn't Tyson own like everything too, or is Tyson owned by one of these?
Tyson's owned by
conglomerates?
someone. Hershey is actually owned by the Hershey Trust Company, which is a non-for-profit school set up by Milton and his wife because they were never actually able to have children.
Hmm.
And it's a non-for-profit school. It's massive. It's huge. And they've taken kids from birth until 18 as like a free boarding school. Families don't have to pay anything. And half of the Hershey Trust Company, or half of the Hershey profits goes to the Hershey Trust Company.
I will say pass.
But yeah,
We're gonna all right. Back to Magic.
Back to
We're gonna
Magic.
crack in with the frog.
now that we had our
My million things I know about candy and such. Sorry, everyone. That's what when you work for a candy company, your full time job is just knowing a bunch of random information. This game is kind of just playing its way out.
You ever see Pokemon cards at all these like Walmarts and Targets?
All the
and stuff?
time.
Really?
I see people fighting over them. I see people yelling over them. I get asked if I can pull up Pokemon cards for people. I cannot pull up. I'm not going to do that for you. I
Pull
can't
up.
do
What
that.
you mean pull up?
So they come in white boxes called MJ holding boxes. They come in through the
Yeah.
back door. I can't like go grab that stuff. For
Well, yeah,
you.
it's not your You don't work for them.
No, you get in a huge amount of trouble if you do that.
You see like any Destin rivals out there yet?
Yeah.
That just came out.
I saw some at my St. Peter's store yesterday.
Sheesh. Y'all need the hookup. Get on Jake's line.
I know the people that do it.
Well, yeah, that's like what you do, but for
I
MJ
kindly
Holding.
tell the poor girl who has to stock those. I do
yeah,
not
man.
tell people when she's going to be in stores because she's been stalked.
Oh, I bet.
And that's not okay.
I bet. That's crazy.
That's cool, tempered. I didn't know that. What's Chris going to do here? How does Chris? So here's my
I
question.
haven't been paying attention.
I have. I've been like pretty tuned in.
I've been thinking about how I'm gonna get some Reese PCs tonight.
Go stop by a gas station. I'm sure they have them. I don't like any of the gas stations up here in Fairview Heights. They all kind of suck.
Jeez, shots fired, yo. If you are an
Oh, I wish we had Casey's over where I live.
Casey's
Oh,
is that spot, my guy. I got one by my house.
Oh, I'm so jealous. Casey's rocks.
That pizza though,
There's something that you
the
don't.
breakfast sandwiches, oh,
Mhm. So good.
so good.
The only
A
one I have
breakfast
close to me is
burrito?
like 40 minutes away, and it sucks.
That is terrible.
Oh yeah, Hershey rocks. They're like an absolutely amazing company. Thank you, Tempered. I appreciate this. I'm glad someone else gets
How
it.
do you even become a
It's third-party companies.
stock- Well, no, I'm not specifically like about what he's saying, but or
Oh,
what
how
they're
do I get
saying.
my job?
Like, how do you become a? Yeah,
You go to
like-
college, you get really upset that you applied for a bunch of jobs out of college, only to realize so many of them are scams. You apply for one and you get an interview and you start working for them. I couldn't tell you how. It just happens.
Why would you need to go to college for that?
There's a lot of retail and data analytics that goes into our jobs.
Are you like Okay. You're the one who builds the displays, or is it like a
Yeah.
monthly kind of thing?
We
that
all
comes from corporate, and you got you just
kind of half and
basically-
half.
Okay.
There's a lot of data and stuff that goes into it. Okay. We got Tameshi.
We have a
It's
Tameshi.
11 o'clock, everyone. I'm sorry for the YouTube watchers. It's 11 o'clock at night on a Friday. I've got a 40-minute drive home.
That's brutal.
It's hot in this room.
It is very warm.
Everything's appropriate.
Yep, that'll be good against.
That's how we're going to get the
Lotus.
Lotus out of the yard.
I mean, Reese is almost getting to the point where he doesn't even need the Tameshi though.
Retail sales is a beast. Walmart is terrifying.
Extra page GG.
If if there's a Belcher in the yard, yeah, it's pretty much GG unless Reese wants to decide he wants to beat down with a bunch of otters and these electrostatic dudes. But we're only on game 2, so we're here for a little bit. Chris kept the fatal pushes in. That's interesting.
So I have to do it before it's in the yard.
There's only 7 minutes left.
Yeah,
So we're either gonna have Reese win this 1-0 or 2-0, or it's gonna be a draw. Reese could win.
there was a Belcher. If there's a Belcher in the graveyard, then Chris has got it. The expropriate is one of those cards, or extirpate or whatever it is. Can't respond to it. It's got split second.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Reese doesn't play those like weird mana abilities. You could have responded with KCI back when that was legal. I lost a game because my opponent comboed off in response to one.
That's awesome.
It's just like,
Get wrecked, nerd.
yeah, welcome to KCI. That deck was not fair. Reese says, "You leave on top, you make your own destiny." Chris ain't gonna cheat. Chris is a good guy. Smacking with salty. No blocks. Down to 7. What are we doing here, Chris? We'll stop you on your upkeep. Nope. Oh no, we drew. So you should, Chris. You should stop him. You should.
You drew what?
He drew a Belcher.
Mm.
And if there's
Is there
a
a
Belcher.
Belcher in the graveyard?
Chat. Crystal said there was a Belcher in the graveyard. I don't feel like I see one, but my eyes suck and I'm tired.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna do a fight over this Belcher. So do you? I feel like you don't use this.
I countered one Belcher with Consign.
You don't. I think you wait for this consign to counter activated ability and the Belcher because you can replicate it a bunch of times.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna hard cast this
The force. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Or
Oh, he's just gonna replicate it 3 times. So we're gonna consign it.
All right, end of the turn we extirpate, right?
I think so.
Yep.
Hit him with it. Of course, you don't got the time, buddy. You gotta get a move on.
Obviously he's facing the wall with the TV that has the timer on it, so he knows he's got 4 minutes left.
Yep. I very much believe that Chris knows how his card works. Yes. Okay, there was a Belcher in the graveyard.
I'm gonna scoop. Yeah.
Okay.
Good job for Reese realizing that
We're at 4 minutes left.
he can win. Chris can't, more than likely,
Correct.
in 3 minutes or whatever it's gonna take after boarding. Hopefully, Chris.
He's taking a
He's
look.
just looking through the deck. That's
But you can concede and say, nope, you don't get to.
well, he did.
No, I'm saying Reese could have.
He did.
Oh. Well, then Chris shouldn't. I mean, if you concede in response to it, then you don't get to look through the deck because the game is over.
Split second, so you hit it, and I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Reese explaining, yeah, it had split second. I couldn't do anything against that. So
Yep.
looks like Chris is going to go back to the sideboard.
Split second's a wild
I
mechanic.
think you can flip creatures.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
The only thing you can respond to split second with is mana abilities. You can't activate his abilities, cast spells.
Something, maybe. I think.
You can't do anything. Split second is a really old, really wildly powerful mechanic.
I wanted to come back. They brought Storm back
Yeah.
on Storm Scale Dragon, and now that's just like way better than.
Grape shot.
No, it's not better than Grape Shot, but it's
Empty the
definitely
Warrens.
better than Empty the Warrens, I think. The only, I mean, it's 1 mana more, but
All right, you can unmorph things and undisguise things also, because that's a special game action. It's not
because rules.
it's not a activated ability, mana ability, whatever. It's a free thing you can do whenever you want to. It doesn't matter.
Makes sense.
Morph is a weird mechanic. When we cons
What about Megamorph?
dude. When we cons cubed a few weeks ago, or it was like last week or something, the guy who won our little cube event he played the morph deck.
Well, the mono blue Tron player, I don't know his record anymore.
I have no idea. When we're in the room, who knows what's going on out
Yeah.
there?
Love playing against Red Belcher hitting.
If Foretell didn't have a clause dictating sorcery speed, I'd say Foretell.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
you mean like-
Foretell's sweet.
Yeah.
Foretell is very cool.
When Foretell came out, I thought you could foretell a card anytime during your turn, but
Yeah.
you can't. It's only a sorcery speed. I like Foretell.
Foretell would be nuts with Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, if it was,
Yeah.
if you could do it at instant speed.
I love Foretell. I honestly hope that's a mechanic that we see more again in like
Yeah.
Modern Horizons.
I agree.
I think because like
Or if they ever go back to Call Time, fire back up.
I think my favorite thing of Modern Horizons is seeing mechanics that may have not gotten pushed in standard to their fullest extent pushed to where they could be.
And then they're like, energy, you were already awesome. Bam, here's some
Yeah,
more
energy.
stuff.
This mechanic was busted. Let's make it better.
All right.
Because like Emperor Bones is like finality counters. Like that's a cool mechanic. I like that mechanic a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Foretell's sweet though. And there's a lot of good, like, not like modern playable cards that are Foretell, but there was a lot of excellent standard legal cards.
Yeah.
And Pioneer, like Starnheim Unleashed is really good.
Ocelot Pride had Ascend, which was like a
Yeah.
bad mechanic that was made awesome.
Yeah, there was like, I think one card that saw play before that with us.
It was the Arch of Araska. It was literally just a land that
Yeah.
was like Springheart and Tuco had Bestow. Aether Revolt
There's
literally
been a
had
lot of good bestow
Revolt.
cards though. The Boon
Boonsader?
Satyr?
Dude, I played
Boonsatyr,
Boonsatyr.
that card was really good.
Detectives Phoenix that had Collect Evidence.
The hat card?
There's no hat. The don't worry. That guy doesn't. There's no hat on the guy under the Phoenix.
Detective. Should have had a
That's
hat.
right. It's his Phoenix. I made a mistake.
Yep.
Flip lands came back. I'm just looking through like some cool modified creatures was in the set. That was like a draft mechanic.
Mm.
I don't know. I made sure it was kind of a cool set. If only it didn't break Eldrazi.
If only it didn't ruin.
And didn't have this stupid bird wizard.
Oh yeah, nah, dude, nah, I did.
Nah, dude. I'm good.
Let's look at Foretell cards.
There's Delayed Blast Fireball.
Oh my god,
You have to go to the actual search.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
It's not that serious.
Delayed Blast Fireball is a really good one.
What does that do? Is that Foretell?
Yeah. It's
It's like
3 mana
it's
deal
like a $15 red card, so it's got to
Yeah.
be good.
It's like 3 mana deal 2 damage, but then you can foretell it and it costs like 6, and if you foretold it, it does like 5 or something.
I have no, yeah.
It's a legacy staple. People play Legacy a lot.
We sell a lot of those. I've never really read it though.
It's a legacy commander card. Pretty.
Plot felt easier, yeah. I feel like Foretell.
I can't tell you
crawled
how
so
many times I've won a game off Aven Interrupter because someone didn't know how plot works, and it's not my job to remind you how.
you just do it
mechanics
for
works.
free, bro. Yeah. Yeah, plot sweet. Fortell crawled so plot could run.
Yep.
There was that 4 mana Fortell for 2.
They all foretell for 2.
Well, yeah, but you could it reduced its cost to 2,
Oh,
and it was an instant speed like
cantrip.
draw 2.
Behold the multiverse.
It was like a glimpse or a glimmer of
Yeah, behold the
genius.
multiverse.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I like Starnheim at least. Thought that
Starnheim Unleashed is so good.
at 5 mana, it feels insane.
Yeah.
At
Can't-
4
can't
mana,
lose.
it's awful.
You get 2 angels. I mean,
You can.
you play it with. So I played it in Azorius Control, and you just win the game if you can make 2 angels.
Yeah. My favorite thing versus Belcher is when you White Orchid Phantom and make them really sad.
Yeah. Sweet. No land deck. Jabroni.
Yeah. If this deck deck becomes ever like the best deck in the format, you can't beat it. Play Death and Taxes, just go score to them.
There's a poosh. Did he lose one? Did he? Is he revolted?
I think he sacked a fetch land
Okay. I'll take your word
or
for
the
it.
clue, either one of the two.
Chat. Fact check us. Surely he wouldn't do that again.
I hope not. Chris is a better player than that.
Did they call time? Because the timer is definitely done.
I did not hear, but I'm gonna go tell them.
Yeah, go let him know. And it's on Chris's turn is 0.
We're on turn. Said that since we started.
No, that's
Okay. I thought that timer was off the whole time. It was off the whole time. Can we go check, please?
no. Yeah. Yeah, that they're trying to say that the timer was off. Yeah, I heard what they said. They're like that was off the whole time. I'm like, nope.
And then literally 2 seconds later, Jeff calls time.
Yeah. Get wrecked, nerds. But
Chris, your turn 0,
Turn.
and be mad if you want to be mad. This time I am right.
yeah, right. I mean, we were right twice, right? Of the 3
I
times you went out there, we were right twice.
Oh, I'll take a good 60%.
Yeah.
One of those I do think. I mean, I just missed a lane or something. I don't know. That was like game 1. That was like 4 or 5 hours ago.
Here's Tamishi.
It's gonna be midnight. Abby said, my fiance was like, don't get home at midnight. I'm gonna be home.
Oh, you're gonna be home probably
she's
after midnight. It takes 40 minutes.
Depends on the road construction.
Hmm.
Missouri.
64 or?
Yep.
250. Oh, 60,
Oh no,
yeah,
64 is 70.
Get wrecked.
The things I do to come commentate in the shop.
Hang out in this hot, sweaty box with
Oh
me.
my gosh, it's awful.
Spell snare. Yeah, unfortunately for Chris, I don't think he can win in the
5 turns.
amount of
Not at all.
turns. Reese can.
Not with a Tameo.
Yeah, right. So this is turn 2.
Yep.
Reese keeping track on that little tiny little dice off to the right there. Or well,
I hate using those for Magic.
you like the big?
The normal size D6s. Yeah.
I like the bigger
Does
ones.
Tameshi fly? I was like, does Tameshi fly? That card has so many words on it. How they fit flying? The Magic text box needs to be bigger because they keep making this text smaller and I can't read it.
They do. It does. Or just stop making every
A
card
million
do
words.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get to the problem of everything gets keyworded, then you have to remember a million keywords. And when you're playing with your table of new commander players and someone else will go, what does exploit do? And you're
Yeah,
like,
but
oh boy.
I don't know. I don't think that the keyword problem is actually a problem. Most people don't learn Magic through any other way other than Commander nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
And their friends are going to explain it to them.
As much as I see
just-
that commanders helped Magic, I think commander's the
Hot
worst way
take
to
coming
learn.
in. Oh, for sure.
I think it teaches you the worst like ways to play the game. I think
it sets bad expectations too.
Yeah.
For what the game actually is supposed to be.
And it's like so hard why Commander players have a struggle coming to Constructed.
Yep. Like, remember when you first started playing competitive? Or like just started going to not even competitive, but like just started going to FNM.
Yep.
I'm sure everyone just, unless you were playing for years and years and years beforehand, you probably got the brakes beat off of
You don't win your first event for like usually 6 months.
a long time. You might not even win your first match.
You'll lose for 3 months if you're in a competitive shop. You're not gonna win a match. Like you're not gonna win an FNM. You might win a couple games, which is awesome, but like you're probably not gonna win a match. But I think we see the writing on the wall. We're gonna expropriate all of the Belchers.
Oof.
We'll see if Chris asks for a concession.
If I were Chris, I would ask for a concession.
Yeah. If you take that, debatably, if this game were to go on and Chris took all of the Belchers, I don't think there's a way Reese realistically wins.
Yeah.
With this cameo out, especially, it's going to flip.
And here's the thing with playing FNMs at Impact. Players that get draws don't actually... It's better for somebody to concede because, especially in the finals, like, someone needs to concede.
Yeah.
Or at least I would strongly suggest they do. Hey, shout out to everybody. We got 750 followers on Twitch. That is incredible. Thank you all so much.
Let's go.
And 29 subscribers, so that's awesome too. Hey, Quaxington. That's awesome
Like
name.
Good name.
Like the name. S tier name and S tier follow there.
Try anesthesia. Interesting name. Thank you so much as well.
I mean, do you want to call a draw and just play for fun, or do you? Okay, and
Yeah, they're gonna play it out. I'm not sure if you want to stick around. I am. If you don't stick around, though, I'm gonna.
I have to drive 40 minutes. As much as I love to follow us, at this point, the game does not matter. It's for draw. The players have drawn.
Yeah, it looks like they're actually scooping up, anyways. So
that game could go on for probably another 20, 30 minutes. It's 11:10 at night. It's bedtime.
yeah, so let's kick it to the booth and say good night. Thank you all so much for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. If you're watching on Twitch, hit up our YouTube channel and make sure to follow us on all of our other social media platforms. We make TikToks every week, put a lot of time and effort into the goofy, cringy TikToks that we make, and it's all for your viewing pleasure. So go check those out. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the places. Make sure to hit up impactgamingcenter.gg if you want to support the content. That is the most direct way. And, of course, you're getting awesome cardboard for your efforts. So check out impactgamingcenter.gg. We have a ton of cards in stock every single day of our lives. So check all that stuff out. Any words of wisdom
Shout
for
out
the
to
folks?
Chat. You guys have been awesome.
Yeah,
tonight.
you guys have been awesome. It's been a lit chat tonight. Shout out to everybody. Thank you all so much. And until next time we see you,
See ya.
catch you all on the flippy flop. Adios.